Hey everyone, welcome to Mystic Journeys with HB, Derek, and Nerdy. How's everyone doing tonight? Today's our Monday episode. We're doing The Way to Love. We're doing, I think, the second chapter, correct?
Second chapter in The Way to Love by Anthony DeMello. You got that book, Derek?
No.
Oh, no. Nice hat.
Real quick.
That's I swear, every time we start the show, you change your hat, you change your outfit. I do like that hat a lot. That's a good
3
one.
minutes.
Yeah, 3 minutes. You can change everything. Oh man. Oh, that hat makes me, it reminds me of a there's a vehicle at my daughter's school, and they have like a vinyl sticker on the back of their truck, and it says, "Do you follow Jesus this close?"
Oh, that's like that.
Wow.
And every time I see it, and I'm like, yeah, I think I do, kind of. Yeah. Anyway, I like Jesus. He's a cool dude.
Then somebody gets in your car, is like, I follow them this close.
Getting up in your face.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Yeah, really.
So so hey, Bubblegum Kello, good to see you.
Everyone, just a minute to join in, and then
Yeah, I'll give you guys a moment before I start reading.
no giveaway today, by the way, guys.
Okay, yeah. Been struggling with funding recently too.
Yep. I did a giveaway behind the scenes, actually.
Oh yeah. Sneaky.
Mhm.
You and Derek are always up to.
You guys missed out.
These tricks.
It's okay. Yeah. Feels good to me to be able to like point my kindness in the direction where I feel like it's most deserving.
Oh, yeah.
You know, not that the people here are deserving, but it's like I saw somebody who was deserving, and I figured instead of doing giveaway on the show today, I would just.
Yeah. I understand what you're saying. You saw someone that needed some help, and you'd
Well, not necessarily, but I just saw somebody who was worthy of a little, thank you from us at the Mystics crew.
Nice.
I wrote him a little letter saying thank you for everybody, for me and you, Derek.
Awesome.
Thanks. It's awesome.
Yeah. Did you, Derek? Did you? I know you said you slept in, but did you see? Sorry to put you on the spot, and if you say no, I hate. Did you see the show that from this morning? Did you see T this morning?
I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't get to watch it yet.
It was a really good episode, I think. Pop's
Really good.
done some really, really good stuff. What he was calling it was the difference between intolerance and flexibility. But it was just a good show. I was really like what he had to say, because
I agree.
it's just some really, really relevant stuff that's been going on in the community, and he decided to touch on it.
Oh, nice.
But this chapter, the second chapter of The Way to Love, I thought it would be really, really appropriate today because it pretty much covers what we were talking about on Friday. We had that really, really long reading about those how to reshape and how to reprogram. But this chapter, I think, really, really, really aligns with the four agreements and what we've been talking about. So I think it would, and it's got a Bible verse in the beginning, so it's churchy. Pops is here. Good. Hey, I really like the show this morning. Good stuff.
Yes, sir.
But this one is called Discipleship. It is the second chapter of The Way to Love by Anthony DeMello. I'll go ahead and start reading it now.
Perfect. Go ahead, man. Take off.
So the Bible verse here in the very, very beginning is Luke 14:26. If anyone comes to me and does not hate his own father and mother and wife and children and brothers and sisters, yes, even his own life, he cannot be my disciple. Boy, that one's a confusing one. It sounds like it might be from the Tao or something like that, or like the opposites. Let me read that again. If anyone comes to me and does not hate his own father and mother and wife and children and brothers and sisters, yes, and even his own life, he cannot be my disciple. And here's what Anthony has to say about that. Take a look at the world and see unhappiness around you and in you. Do you know what causes this unhappiness? You will probably say loneliness, or oppression, or war, or hatred, or atheism. And you will be wrong. There is only one cause of unhappiness: the false beliefs you have in your head. Beliefs so widespread, so commonly held, that it never occurs to you to question them. Because of these false beliefs, you see the world and yourself in a distorted way. Your programming is so strong and the pressure of society so intense that you are literally trapped into perceiving the world in this distorted kind of way. There is no way out because you do not even have a suspicion that your perception is distorted. Your thinking is wrong and your beliefs are false. Look around, and if you can find a single genuinely happy person, fearless, free from insecurities, anxieties, tensions, worries, you would be lucky if you found 1 in 100,000. This should lead you to be suspicious of the programming and the beliefs that you and they hold in common. But you have also been programmed not to suspect, not to doubt, just to trust the assumptions that have been put into you by your tradition, your culture, your society, your religion. And if you are not happy, you have been trained to blame yourself, not your programming, not your cultural and inherited ideas and beliefs. What makes it even worse is the fact that most people are so brainwashed that they do not even realize how unhappy they are. Like the man in the dream who has no idea he is dreaming. What are these false beliefs that block you from happiness? Here are some examples. First, you cannot be happy without the things you are attached to and that you consider so precious. False. There is not a single moment in your life when you do not have everything that you need to be happy. Think of that for a minute. The reason why you are unhappy is because you are focusing on what you do not have rather than what you have right now. Another belief: happiness is in the future. Not true. Right here and now, you are happy, and you do not know it because of your false beliefs and your distorted perceptions. Have you caught up in fears, anxieties, attachments, conflicts, guilt, and a host of games that you are programmed to play? If you would see through this, you would realize you are happy and do not know it. Yet another belief: happiness will come if you manage to change the situation you are in and the people around you. Not true. You stupidly squander so much energy trying to rearrange the world. If changing the world is your vocation in life, go ahead, right ahead and change it. But do not harbor the illusion that this is going to make you happy. What makes you happy or unhappy is not the world and the people around you, but the thinking in your head. As well, search for an eagle's nest on the bed of an ocean as search for happiness in the world outside of you. So if it is happiness that you seek, you can stop wasting your energy trying to cure your baldness or build up an attractive body or change your residence or job or community or lifestyle or even your personality. Do you realize that you could change every one of those things? You could have the finest looks and the most charming personality and the most pleasant of surroundings and still be unhappy? And deep down, you know this is true, but still you waste your effort and energy trying to get what you know cannot make you happy. Another false belief: if all your desires are fulfilled, you will be happy. Not true. In fact, it is these very desires and attachments that make you tense, frustrated, nervous, insecure, and fearful. Make a list of all your attachments and desires, and to each of them say these words. Deep down in my heart, I know that even after I've got you, I will not get happiness. And ponder on the truth of those words. The fulfillment of desire can, at the most, bring flashes of pleasure and excitement. Don't mistake that for happiness. Then what is happiness? Very few people know, and no one can tell you, because happiness cannot be described. Can you describe light to people who have been sitting in darkness all their lives? Can you describe reality to someone in a dream? Understand your darkness, and it will vanish. Then you will know what light is. Understand your nightmare for what it is, and it will stop. Then you will wake up to reality. Understand your false beliefs, and they will drop. Then you will know the taste of happiness. If people want happiness so badly, why don't they attempt to understand their false beliefs? First, because it never occurs to them to see them as false or even as beliefs. They see them as facts and reality. So deeply they have been programmed. Second, because they are scared to lose the only world they know, the world of desires, attachments, fears, social pressures, tensions, ambitions, worries, guilt, with flashes of pleasure and relief and excitement, which these things bring. Think of someone who is afraid to let go of a nightmare because, after all, that is the only world he knows. There you have a picture of yourself and of other people. If you wish to attain to lasting happiness, you must be ready to hate father, mother, even your own life, and to take leave of all your possessions. How? Not by renouncing them or giving them up, because what you give up violently, you are forever bound to, but rather by seeing them for the nightmare they are. And then, whether you keep them or not, they will have lost their grip over you, their power to hurt you, and you will be out of your dream at last, out of your darkness, your fear, your unhappiness. So spend some time seeing each of the things you cling to for what it really is, a nightmare that causes you excitement and pleasure on one hand, but also worry, insecurity, tension, anxiety, fear, unhappiness on the other. Father and mother, nightmare. Wife and children, brothers and sisters, nightmare. All your possessions, nightmare. Your life as it is now, nightmare. Every single thing you cling to and have convinced yourself you cannot be happy without, nightmare. Then you will hate father, mother, wife and children, brothers and sisters, even your own life, and you will so easily take leave of all your possessions. That is, you will stop clinging and thus have destroyed their capacity to hurt you. Then at last you will experience that mysterious state that cannot be described or uttered, the state of abiding happiness and peace, and you will understand how true it is that everyone who stops clinging to brothers or sisters, father, mother, or children, land, or houses is repaid 100 times over and gains eternal life. And that's the end of that chapter. So, in short, my interpretation is it's the things that, because you're attached to things, you're worried that you're going to lose them. And it's that
Yes,
worry.
this is talk about Buddhism.
As much as I loved my dog, when I lost him, it was torture and it was a nightmare because of my attachment and because I was, it's just like the mother and child and father and sister and brothers and everybody. I just think and also there's a couple of references to like the dream man and Lots of stuff we were talking about last week. What do you guys think? Sorry.
No, don't. No, man, don't apologize.
I'm just over talking a little bit, but I want to hear your guys' opinion.
I think it's very much like what we just read really sums up everything that Mystic stands for. The idea of how people are programmed and that we shouldn't judge people based on their programming. We should try to help lead them out of their dream and into the light. And there's the same concept we were talking about with, I kind of like how they mentioned before I say this, I like how they mentioned, it's like trying to get somebody who's never seen light to see like an image or something. It's like leading a horse to water, but you can't make them drink type thing. But we talked about this in Buddhism with our primary three causes of suffering. Our dukkha is our ignorance, our not understanding the nature of reality, our attachment, our craving, greed, and our clinging, as they mentioned in the book, the things we cling to and hold to, and our aversion, our hatred and anger and fear. Again, the things they mentioned in this book. Because the things that we don't understand, we have fear, they create false beliefs, and those fears haunt us in our lives because of a certain situation, of a certain type of person, or a certain thing that happens in our life. And it creates an aversion where we can't really face it. We don't know how to face it when we're forced to. Those three things, that's why I've been repeating this so much over the past couple of weeks. It's because of our ignorance, our attachment, and our aversion. Those three things is what cause us to suffer at the end of the day. And, it's kind of attached to the four agreements because our attachment is our assumptions that things are supposed to be better with the things that we have rather than if we let them go, we can live a better life. And we shouldn't have assumptions about what the future could hold for us. Sometimes we hold ourselves back from a better future because we're afraid to let go of what was in our past. What do you think, Derek? Sorry, I keep running in my throat.
Our possessions end up, owning us, and we go after these things like this new car or the corner office or whatever, and then we become basically, they become the owner of us. We're controlled by our possession. A lot of people think like, oh, if I won the lottery, all my problems would be over. And I believe if you win the lottery, that would be the beginning of your problems. Because you went from
Careful what
having
you wish for.
problems to having really big money problems for a lot of people. So I think like that's like one of those unanswered prayers or like God's greatest gifts, sometimes because we don't get things that would ruin us, and
I agree.
a lot of things like that, like just like the homeless guy that's jumping rail cars and sleeping in a tent with a campfire. He doesn't have the same worries as the guy with the HOA and all these bills and everything else, these responsibilities, and who has more peace? The guy falling asleep next to the campfire, I bet. So
Sometimes.
it's kind of a we have to keep in check what we want and make sure that they're not going to ruin us. That they're good for us.
Mhm. Enjoy without being attached.
Yeah, because a lot of people think, if I have this, then I'll be happy. Once I get this, I'll be happy.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't you be happy without it?
Right.
But once you get that, then there's going to be something else that you need. If you say, well, I need a new computer to start my business, well, then it's going to be, well, I need a printer, and then I need this, and I need that, and and it's just really it's an excuse to delay happiness. Postpone happiness. Where you should look at what you have and be happy.
Now that I'm thinking about it, a new computer would make me happy.
And it's okay to have things like that. I think it's the Buddhist way that we were talking about before, and very much what Derek was saying. We should like have a routine and a ritual and a lifestyle of getting up in the morning, checking on our animals, checking on the garden, like small things like that. But I do think what you're saying is to be true. Like, we can still play video games. Like, what a privileged life that we can be able to do something like that. But I think whenever we start to lean into being able, just like now all I do is play video games and look at my phone and scroll on social media, we become detached. But instead of going out in nature and spending time out there and getting away from electronics and stuff like that, that's the best way you can be.
But then, like, with the video games, like say, then you're like, oh, I need one of those new vests that's got like the motion, and
It has to be more and more.
Yeah, now I need a
Newest
VR.
chair, newest system, and yeah,
Mhm.
the best car, the biggest house, and you're keeping up with the Joneses. That's what Paul's talking about on his show. That's really what it comes down to. You're trying to keep up with somebody next to you. Yeah, you don't know what their struggles are in their life. They might be clinging to hold on to what they have just for an image, when they could be way more successful, just like you said, sleeping by a campfire in a cabin in the woods and live the best life they could and still have wop left over because they're not spending it all on stupid shit. And they can like build a community and build kids that know how to like raise gardens and animals and stuff like that. It's important. That's what we need to be teaching people. Zach Galifianakis is doing a show now where he's actually teaching people how to garden. I don't know if you guys saw this. I forget the name of it.
My daughter
But,
sent me a link.
Yeah.
She's like, I
Pretty
know
cool.
you're gonna love this one. I'm like, yes.
I know. As soon as my friend said, like, you guys are gonna like this. Seems like it's something that we should be doing.
He's
Yeah.
a North Carolina boy.
Is that where he's from?
Hmm.
Good call.
That's what I was telling my friend. It's funny to just watch people run all the way to Hollywood just to run right back. Like, nope. Like, I'm never doing that again.
That's good stuff, Kello.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
good stuff. I think it's really what Mystic stands for. Everything in that book is really like talks about waking up from the dream and our programming and all that.
The man in the dream has no idea he's dreaming. Everybody's just
Yeah.
on autopilot.
Our realities are totally different, dude. Every
Yeah.
single human being.
And this chapter
Sometimes we could
also it mentioned both agreement 0 and the 5th agreement, where be skeptical and learn to listen. But also, not being attached to stuff, I think, is another good agreement, but we could all live
Exactly.
by. Most
It's
of
our
this book
aloha.
talks about not being attached to stuff. So once we go further
Correct.
into the book, that's pretty much what it covers.
So it's our moha, our loba, and our dosa, our ignorance, our attachment, and our aversion. But there's an important thing I want to mention here in the Buddhist religion. I kind of really gravitate towards, and it says that these poisons are considered the root of all other negative mental states and actions that trap beings in the cycle of rebirth. And me and my friends, we speculate. Obviously, no one knows on spirituality and what it means or what happens. But I like to think that we're here to learn these lessons, and that if we don't, we're forced to come back and redo it all over again in a different body, a different time, different place, different animal, maybe even who knows? Like the idea of being reincarnated, if you will, like into another human body, where it's like you didn't learn your lesson last time. You took things personally and you lived your life with greed and hatred, but now you get another chance. You're reborn into a fresh body, a brand new slate, and you have to see if you can make it through. It's like I like to think that that's what Earth is. It's like a training ground for souls to come here and deal with the things that we have to deal with. Like life is it's juxtaposed. It's so beautiful and crazy and wild and psychedelic, but on the other side's like deep and dark and emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah, because your dog's a perfect example of this. For every like loving moment you have with that dog, then it's like now you have a heartbreak moment every time after that. So it's like
it's
given the pull and the take. It's the yin
the hurt
yang
comes
of
from a
doubt.
place of love. That's because I loved it. I still love him so much, and I have those good memories. It's not a bad, it's good
Yeah.
to know that I have those feelings. It's better,
Yes.
as they say, it's better to have loved and lost than never loved at all. I'm
And
glad I
grief
had
is just the
that
price we pay
experience.
for love. It just means that you cared deeply.
Yeah,
The more you grieve, the more it means you cared.
I feel life deep.
And it's our attachment. Remember, you can have love and mourn and have sympathy and like compassion and love for the situation without having attachment to it.
Yeah.
Because that's where people start to like have really struggles with death, because it's been 10 years and their mom died and they're still not able to let go of that thing of people passing away and
Part of
acceptance
life,
of the person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Accept it.
Or maybe I didn't say what I wanted to say, or whatever. You have to learn how to let these things go and have forgiveness for yourself and other people. It's really a fucking one of the toughest. Like in kindergarten, you learn treat people the way you want to be treated, and have kindness and love. But when you get older, forgiveness is a really hard emotion to try to learn, because you have to have forgiveness for yourself and other people too. It's a difficult one to learn.
Yeah, I don't want to die with any like if I'd have done this or if I'd have done that.
Regrets,
Like,
man.
Just
Breaking your fourth agreement.
yeah, just be happy. Just
No regrets.
Gave what I could or whatever, just
I got a freaking clown nose over here because of that sunburn I got.
my nose is all red because I've been blowing it, so it's all raw. So I can see
Yeah.
it looks
It's starting to feel a little bit better. As the days goes on, I feel pretty good. I won't jinx myself, but still a little bit of congestion in my throat and my nose and stuff. But I'm coming around.
Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about the attachments thing. I'm like, I have things that I don't want to get rid of, but it's just clutter. The more I think of, a lot of my stuff, it's clutter. But I've got this sentimental attachment to so many of them. I'm like, well, this rock was given to me by my nephew, and this one was like found at a special trip, and and this one was.
Well, small things, like small things. I used to collect lighthouse things, like the, little things that go on like the mantle and stuff. And I had, I don't know, probably 3 boxes of them that I ended up giving to like Goodwill because I just was like bored with them after a while. Then I started collecting the little Buddha statues, and then I had I don't know how many of those I gave away.
I love Buddha.
That was like religious stuff, like I got a nice Jesus clock, kind of
Nice.
different things like that.
Mm-hmm.
The way I like to look at it is there's nothing we can't do, there's nothing we have to do, and there's nothing that we fucking need at the end of the day. There's nothing that you can't do in this world that if you want to do something, you can do it. There's nothing that you have to do that somebody else is forcing you to do that you have to do it. And there's nothing that you need besides food, water, shelter, and people around you. Outside of that, all the things that we have or possessions that we hold are kind of mute. Anything that we don't need to survive.
I don't know what my
In a
life
society like today.
Candy, though. I have Candyman.
That's okay. Again, man. I think that having a collection doesn't mean it's a bad thing. Just like video games.
I enjoy it. It's not like I'm attached to it.
Yeah, that's okay.
I would never eat it.
We're allowed to have those things. I mean, even in the woods, people collect rocks and stuff like that, right? People have collections of things. It's human nature. We shouldn't shy away from that. But whenever we start to lean into anything too much and I like to not keep a form. I like to switch up who I am every single day. That way, I'm not walking the same path all the time, getting stuck in my ways. And if we don't, we have attachment to the things that we have around us. Like, oh, this is the thing I use every day. I love this cup. I love this freaking thing that I use every day, or whatever it is, right? Something dumb like that.
I don't know why that reminded me, but I just had thought. It's Monday night. I had a couple movies picked out that Studio Ghibli. So I have 2 movies that we can choose from: Pom Poko or Spirited Away. Which would you guys prefer?
I don't know either one, but I don't really have a
That's why I was like, anything Studio Ghibli, you guys have probably never seen it, and they're good.
Yeah, I don't have an objection to either one, really, honestly.
Okay. Do you know anything about either of those, Derek?
I don't.
I vaguely know about it, but
after this,
huh?
I think I'm gonna go to bed after this. I'm pretty tired.
No hard feelings. I understand.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You're good. Good.
cheers.
How's it going, Daniel? Mirrored Michael's here.
Cheers.
Mike Barball, what's up, dude?
Yeah, I don't know exactly what you're talking about, but I know vaguely what you're talking about. I know the studio and the style of the shows, but yeah.
Spirited Away, you'll recognize the characters and stuff because it's one of the most famous ones. But Pom Poko is one that most people have never heard of. I don't know. I think Spirited Away might be a better one tonight, and we'll save Pom Poko for next Monday.
Next Monday.
Yeah. But Pom Poko has Tanuki in it, which is my spirit animal. They refer to themselves as raccoons in the movie, but they're Tanuki. They're Japanese raccoon dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How is your trip?
It's really good. I had a great time. Yeah, there's lots of signs that spring is coming, so that's good to see. My birthday's coming up here at the end of this month, so I think what I'm going to do is maybe make a trip to Mount. Jesus, I keep forgetting the name of the place.
Mount Antero.
Antero, that's the name, yes, sir. Yeah, so I was about to say Ender, but yeah. So
So-
it's down in between Denver and Colorado Springs,
Mhm.
and there's supposed to be a lot of deposits of aquamarine. So it's not set in stone yet, but I would like to go, and maybe I'll go. Maybe the week before or after my birthday. I don't know exactly. We'll see.
Okay, well, I'm going to be down in the Springs on Saturday, teaching a gummy class. But yeah, that sounds like a fun time. I would love to find some blue barrel,
Be cool.
maybe some gem quality barrel.
Learn a lot. I'm doing a lot of research and study and trying to figure out what I need and what to look for and stuff like that. But yeah, it's one of the biggest deposits of aquamarine as far as I know of in the world.
It's some
But-
of the best, like clear aquamarine, like more valuable than gold by weight, I've been told.
Yep, there's really nice pieces out there. So it'd be cool to go see it. It'd be cool to make a thing out of it and go camp. But anyway, back to answer your question. Yeah, I saw a puffball mushroom. I saw a Pascal flower. And then we saw a moose walk right by the camp, like 50 yards away whenever we were outside, wake up that morning. Yeah, well, he was just chilling. He was just walking by, but yeah, it was cool. These things aren't massive though. I was saying that I'm like I come from the south where deer get pretty big, but that thing right there was pretty massitive. And you can tell it was a full-grown moose. He was probably like a young one,
Mess you up if you catch him in a bad
not
mood.
young, but young adult one.
Let's go,
Yeah,
Pacers.
it's cool. But I'm excited to see there's lots of signs of nature waking up. That moose
Yeah.
obviously is a great sign, walking up in the middle of the morning. That puffball mushroom, the flowers. Here, I'll actually. No, actually, it's on my other phone. I sent it to you though, didn't I? Yeah, hold on a second. Let me go to my message.
You show me a picture of your mushroom and some rocks you collected.
Yep, I got some too. I'll go show them off in a minute. I'll go grab them for you.
Yes.
But yeah, it's called the Pasque flower.
Mhm.
The Eastern Pasque flower. Its ephemeral beauty has often been depicted as a harbinger of spring in various cultures and mythology, and marking the transition from winter's dormancy to the awakening life. Its flowering is seen in many traditions as a symbol of new beginnings and has often been integrated into festivals and folklore that celebrate the changing of the seasons. So here's the one that I found right here.
It's pretty.
Very pretty.
It's a little bigger
So
than
it's
I
a great
thought.
sign. Huh?
It's a little bigger than I thought.
Yeah, it's a pretty big flower. I mean, it's like you can fit in your hand, like
Mhm.
not your full hand, but yeah, in the palm of your hand. It's a great sign that spring is coming around, and that puffball mushroom, obviously it's warm enough
Great
for a
sign for me.
puffball.
You definitely perked me my interests with that.
It's the first
puffball.
mushroom of the year. So yeah, but yeah, we found a bunch of cool stones too. I'll go grab them here in just a minute and show them off.
Sure.
So yeah, it'd be cool to go.
We love some
Get
good
some
rocks around
aquamarine.
here.
Aquamarine's my favorite stone. It's also my birthstone because I'm March
Really?
based. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Make some,
I don't know the birthstones that well,
earrings
but
and necklaces and stuff. Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
cool.
I'm not familiar with any other ones, but yeah. March
That could be
is
cool. Try to hunt for your birthstone on your birthday.
Yeah.
Nerdy,
My
do you
birthday's
know
on a
your-
Tuesday, I think, so maybe it won't be on my birthday, but yeah.
Was that D?
Do you know your birthstone?
I don't think my birthstone's a real stone. Like there's multiple for some reason. Like I know pearl is one of them because like that's like moonstone I think is one of them. I also heard that like rose quartz might be one of them. I think. For
Yeah,
June.
some ones have multiple stones too.
June 29th.
Oh, that's too small. Let me download it and then I'll
What's that
upload
say
it.
for June?
It says Alexandrite? Am I saying that right? It shows two different ones.
It's like a pink one.
Pearl and Alexandrite.
So pearl's not a real stone, but I always felt scammed by that.
Alexandrite looks like
That's not a real
I'm going to
stone.
download this and I'll upload it to Restream for us. Let me
Very
mute
cool.
up professional backfeed.
Cool. But I know it all depends on who you ask too. Different people have different opinions on what birthstones or what month. Alexandrite, that's an expensive one. compared to like rose quartz. I think all that matters is it's like a pink one. Is it supposed to be like a feminine month? Daniel says his is light blue.
I think mine is citrine.
Citrine? We have that in Colorado. They had some at the Last Chance Mine. It's basically like an orange yellowish quartz.
Yeah.
It's pretty. They had a special kind of citrine, not citrine, but it was called ametrine at the Last Chance Mine. So it's half amethyst and half citrine. So on the same crystal. So ametrine.
I'm so into this kind of stuff, dude.
Yeah.
Like I'm not like a guy who thinks that gyms have power necessarily, but I do love this kind of. Every month has their own gem. I really like it a lot. And aquamarine is such a beautiful gemstone.
Yeah, August is peridot. That's my daughter's. I love hers. Hers is a great one.
November has two. It says yellow topaz, and I can't see the other one. It's too small for me to read.
Alexandrite. I don't remember that one being my birthstone at all.
Diamond is in April. It's pretty cool. Peridot. What's that? August? What is that one?
Yeah,
that's a really cool.
Peridot.
Cool.
I think the pros.
September sapphire. I mean, sapphire is that beautiful fucking stone, dude.
Corundum. So July and September are both corundum. Just one's red.
Ruby
is red corundum. Any other color is basically a sapphire. It's just different colors.
I was looking a little bit today about how they heat treat these stones usually to get the oxidization of these different.
Emerald's another one of corundum. It's just green.
Okay, really? Wow,
Yeah.
neat.
Yeah.
So they're forming naturally like this, or they're heat treating them to be like that?
The bright colors like that are generally heat treated. It's hard to find it that bright in nature. But
Correct.
Yeah, that's one of the ways to make them super duper bright is you find them and then you heat treat them.
Yeah.
Like crazy hot.
Aquamarine is that way. Aquamarine is more like a yellowish green kind of color, but whenever you heat treat it,
you find it here in Colorado. You find it that blue in nature.
I saw some really beautiful specimens. Maybe you can show some on the camera here in a second. Some really huge pieces too, dude, that are full crystalline.
Bigger than your fingers, like big old huge crystals. Just
yeah, they call them barrels.
Clear light blue barrel. It's like sky blue.
Yep, I'm gonna go grab mine. I didn't find anything super cool, but also rose quartz and stuff like that. Piles of it, really.
Married might go Pisces. What's the candy? They say us addicts go hard on the candy. I'd buy gummy bears by the 5-pound bags. Yeah, speaking my language.
I had to stop myself from doing that the other day. I think it was the gummy sharks were on Amazon, 5 pounds.
What kind of gummy bears?
No, gummy sharks, the blue and white ones.
Oh,
yeah,
those are good.
Mm-hmm.
But I like some variety of my flavors. I like to, pick out the ones I'm in the mood for in the moment, which is always pineapple. I'm always in the mood for pineapple.
These are really good.
Yeah, I bet those are amazing.
Yeah, just like you can make it home, but store-bought.
Later, Pacers. If you're still here.
Do you guys know the rarest?
I'll pull this back up so you can see. There you go. Rarest what?
Rarest material in the universe.
Material?
Talking about all these different gems and everything.
Mm-hmm. I'm curious. Do you know? I don't know.
What?
Really?
hmm
That's
We're
neat.
the only planet that has it
Yeah,
because it takes life to have wood. So
Oh, yeah, let's show it.
that's fascinating.
aliens come here because we have green.
You can see all this stone right here.
Yeah, okay.
It's probably rose quartz, I'd imagine.
Yeah,
It looks just like a rock like this until you hold up to the light. You can actually see light through it.
it's like some rose rock quartz.
Yeah.
Wood, that's an interesting one. Makes me feel special.
Lots of huge chunks of this stuff out there.
That's a big chunk of quartz, dude. That's cool.
Yeah, it's a huge chunk of it.
Could you
You can make
imagine
a
like
pendant or whatever out of that.
cutting that into a couple slabs and then making a nice necklace out of
Yeah,
that? You know,
Yeah, dude. A little coaster for a table, whatever. Yeah.
whatever you want. Yeah, some chess pieces. But quartz is really, really hard to work, but it's worth it. But I have an obsession
Yeah.
with making these necklaces now. So I got to do more.
I was learning that aquamarine is second to diamond on the hardness scale.
Mm,
So
interesting.
not exactly easy to do.
It just
This
means
cool.
you have to use the
Mhm.
same tools that I'm using to work the quartz stuff. You got to be diamond tipped. But if you get a good enough piece, you can just wrap it and it's good to go. Because those pieces of aquamarine in those hills are amazing. You just got to find the right spot. I don't want to get disappointed when we go out there. I've never been, but I've watched a lot of prospecting shows, and a lot of them are up there on Mount Antero. And I see the stuff that comes off that mountain. It's crazy.
So I watched this video earlier that was showing this guy. There's this guy on YouTube, and they were trying to go do some scientific studies for. They're going to collect some specimens, take some cross sections, send them in for microscope inspection. So microscopy is what I was going to say, but yeah. So whenever he went up there, they didn't expect what they were going to find, but they drove up there, went right to the top of the mountain, and started picking specimens. That's what I noticed. With a lot of people, they'll get there, they'll find a spot, they'll notice that there's aquamarine, and they'll start searching. It's like, but you just walked up and found this spot. Like the good stuff's going to be a place that you're going to have to go and look and find. And not only that, if you split up instead of like, there's no reason for 5 people to be on one pile of rocks. Split up. I can search this whole pile. You can go somewhere else and search a whole other pile and like spread out people's efforts, and we'll find way better specimens. So there's a couple things I'm learning about the tools that you're going to need. Spray bottle is really handy because there's no water up at the top of a mountain, right? So
That's
something like a
something
spray
that-
bottle.
When hunting for the sow belly agate, we really, really needed water to spray on the rocks to see what they look like, to clean them up a little bit. And there was no running water up there because it's a mine, and any water that's there is like all bottled water. And it's like, no, you can't have my bottled water. I need that to drink. So you have to really come prepared
Because you're
with
14,000
water
feet up in the air.
with intent to waste and just to be dumped on the ground and on rocks. But spray bottle is a really, really good way to conserve as much water and get the maximum.
The pump handle.
Or just have a bucket with water and just dunk them in.
Yep, good idea too.
But spray bottles are great to have on you when you're out in the field, especially if you're on the side of a mountain. Spray bottles a good way to go.
I mean, obviously a pickaxe, because whatever's on the surface, if they're finding these specimens that are this good just on the tops of the ground, you can imagine the good stuff is in the ground.
There's this show I told you about, but it's called Prospectors. It was on the Weather Channel.
We watched it earlier. I think I watched an episode maybe too. It was really good.
Family that goes up there, and they just go up to the loose gravel on the side of the mountain, but it's like their mining claim. They've actually claimed it. Did Derek Mount Antero? That's actually kind of close to home. You think it's worth more than gold. But he's got to find our own claim up there. HB, this will be our scouting trip.
Yeah, man.
Right?
Just let me know if you want to. I can wait and put it off until like, I forget the day, but it's the week after the 31st. One second.
Basically, Mount Antero is only accessible during certain months of the year because it gets a lot of snow. So at the very, very peak, where the best stuff is at the very, very top, but it's all claimed by miners. But we can check the BLM maps and see what's available before we go. So we're not, sniffing around
I
anybody's
don't know how you feel about maybe the first weekend of April, but that would be
talk to the
Fridays.
about it, and I'll let you know.
Cool.
But yeah, that sounds like some fun. I've I always
But like I
wanted to
said,
go to
my birthday's on a
Monstera.
Tuesday, but yeah, it would be cool, man.
And
Apparently, it's like a gym hunting spot. Like,
maybe I can fit a little bit of mushroom hunting in when I'm up there.
yeah, so I figure too, man. Great minds. Yeah, some herb hunting too. Might as well. 14,000 feet up in there.
We can invite Chris
You
Vinci.
know?
He's been biting at the bit to get out in
That would
those
be
hills.
really cool.
Yeah.
But that's why we did a camping trip this weekend. I wanted to go ahead and do like a prep because when you're getting into the season for the first time and you haven't been camping, it's important to remember all the things that you would forget. So,
Yeah.
especially, I'm from South Carolina, so it's a little bit different camping up here whenever the wind's blowing as hard as it is, as constantly as it is. So, what's a normal tent stake works in South Carolina doesn't work here. So, it's like things like that we have to like learn how to upgrade. So, whenever we go up there, it'll be a lot smoother of a camping trip. So, yeah, it was a good camping trip, man. It was really fun. I had a blast. Can't wait to get back into it. Like every time I come back, I'm like falling, like waiting to go back. Like please, please, I just need another good day. Yeah, cool.
Daniel says he loves your backdrop, D.
Very
It is
DMT.
nice.
It reminds me of DMT a lot.
It's like very 50s or 60s.
Yeah, this kind of a beige color.
Good mushrooms on it too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hey, if anyone has any questions or if anybody needs anything, just make sure to put it in the chat or you can reach out to us personally.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we're here for.
Instagram, Discord, it's great ways to reach out.
Especially mycology questions. I love mycology questions. Keep, lay them on me. Give me the hard ones. The harder, the better. Because if I something I don't know, you're teaching me something by asking that question. Because I will find out.
There's people in my area. They're finding morals left and right, and I haven't even been able to go out to look.
Already, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It got hot today. It was like 82 degrees today. So I mean that's really warm, but
I need to get up in those hills and start looking.
I need to get my backyard. I can just go in my backyard and find them.
Jealous.
The way you can tell when spring's coming around is you have to listen to nature. Because sometimes the weather will be warm for a week. And you're like, oh, it's spring. And then next week you're putting your jackets back on and shit. So the way you can always tell is because the birds will be out, the flowers will be blooming. They'll know it's a real spring.
Well, it's 80 today, but it's going to be like a low of 30 for the next couple of days or something like that. So, I mean, it's still all over the place, but yeah.
Yeah. I hunt for mushrooms because I have no morels.
And they don't even want to know why you grow.
I had this T-shirt design that I made a while back that had it says the moral of the story, and it has a little book and printed on it, and the title of the book is A Fungus Among Us. And it has some morels on the cover. They're like, oh yeah, all those different layers. I love the multiple layers of humor when it comes to T-shirt. I have to have that. It just makes me giggle. Like Boliton yourself. I need to have some mushrooms, or I want to have like a shirt that's like a Die Hard shirt, like like the movie cover, but it's like Bruce Willis. It's gonna be like a mushroom. They're known for having slippery caps. Yeah, Bruce Willis. Huh?
That's funny. Mr. Phillips said this gummy bears I had are fire. He said you like pineapple the best. Pineapple's the only one I didn't like, really. I'm like, it's all right, but apple was the best to me. Or cherry. Or whatever the red one is. You know, these tahine gummies? Strawberry.
Yeah, I like pineapple. Pineapple's the way.
Nah, man. That's the only one I didn't like. I was like, oh, this kind of like sun rushing all over it. I tend to do that candy a lot.
The Haribo pineapple ones are really, those are my favorite. Those get gone first.
They are really, really good.
You know, they make those peelers.
Next level.
They make those peeler candies like the bananas and mangoes and stuff. Well, they make filled ones too that are pineapples. At least I'm pretty sure it's that brand anyway. Maybe I'm wrong about that. But they're like gummy filled, they're like gushers, but they're pineapple.
That sounds amazing.
They're pretty good.
I find it kind of weird though, peeling candy.
Doing what?
peeling the candy.
Peeling it? Yeah, that's
I usually just eat it. Yeah,
yeah, dude.
I think that's for kids, but the texture and the flavor is really good.
Yeah.
As if they weren't getting sticky enough. You know what we should do? Make him just have to peel it and like get it all over there.
Yeah, make it extra messy.
Make it extra messy. Great.
Yeah, it ain't designed for people with beards, that's for sure.
Yeah, like s'mores, it just gets all up in there.
Oh yeah, we did
Fun
that when we
dip.
were camping.
The fun dip, the little thing you put in the sugary stuff.
Uh-huh. Little
Yeah.
stick. Yeah. Can kind of make sense. Yeah, you can make these things yourself. I recommend doing it with Sour Patch Kids. Put a little bit of chamoy on it. Put some tahini on it, and even a little bit of lime salt. Now, put them in the
So
freezer.
good.
Let them get cold. Yeah, dude.
You know, an interesting freezer hack that my kid was doing was the what are they called? Fruit roll-ups. So she would take the fruit roll-up, take it out of the plastic and everything, and then like roll it up and like put it in the freezer. But then when she'd take it out, it'd be like super crunchy and crispity. It's like it's almost like those crunchy chocolate bars, I guess they're called.
Uh-huh.
It's just the little waves of like it's like a foreign.
You can
chocolate bar.
actually
You probably don't know that one.
you can make a vanilla ice cream cone and lay it over the top, and it'll do the same thing. It'll create like a crusty like, shell layer, and then it's vanilla ice cream too. I've seen people do. I never tried it though.
It sounds amazing.
Sounds pretty good, doesn't it?
Just like get a soft
And you can also
and put a fruit roll up on top. Yeah.
What I thought you were gonna say is they'll roll fruit roll up in grapes and then they'll throw it in the freezer. So it's like frozen grapes with the crunchy candy on the outside.
For the grapes, a lot of times I see people just like roll them in a little bit of citric acid and sugar and then freeze them. And then it's like
It's
or
supposed to be
roll-
like a natural
roll in some
sour patch
Jell-O.
Kid. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or
That's
lime
good, too.
juice.
It's good too.
It's pretty good. Frozen grapes are really good. That helps the game. What's the name of the
Huh?
movie you were talking about watching?
Oh, tonight I was thinking Spirited Away.
Okay.
It's a Studio Ghibli movie.
You know how long it is by chance?
Not off the top of my head. I'm assuming
Not
like
that I care, but
2 hours.
okay. Sweet.
Maybe. I don't know. It's a Studio Ghibli. I'm just guessing it's about 2.
Sweet. Like a regular movie, like a real
but
theater
like,
movie.
There's right now I have that one and Pom Poko ready to go. But I also I wouldn't mind watching Princess Mononoke one of these nights because that's a really good nature forward Studio Ghibli movie. It's about like not fighting against nature and stuff. I really like that one. Pom Poko is kind of like that. We need to, live in harmony with nature. And Spirited Away is like probably just a good entry point for me starting to introduce the other Studio Ghibli movies. We just lost HB. That's okay. He'll probably be right back. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just one of those nerds that has a soft spot for those Studio Ghibli movies. I just love them. The animation style and generally they're just good stories. A lot of it's got good messages behind it. Anti-war and stuff like that.
All right.
But may as well wrap it up.
What are some of their more popular movies?
The Howl's Moving Castle. That's a really, really famous one. Princess Mononoke is also a really, really famous one. Spirited Away is the one we're going to watch tonight. I think that one came out in like 2001, but it's really famous. Those 3 are probably the most popular ones. But then there's also like Valley of the Wind. There's so many. There's like hundreds of Studio Ghibli movies, but these are like the most famous ones. There was one that the most recent one that came out in theaters. I think it was called The Blue Heron, and that was a pretty good one. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I'm
Sorry, if that fingers are clicked out.
None of them ringing a bell. They're
No,
all like anime, but really, really detailed anime, like high quality.
I used to get on my son's nerves because he watched a lot of anime, and he still does, but I
Mhm.
don't get on his nerves anymore about it. But I used to call them Japanese soap opera cartoons.
Mm,
Piss him off.
the episode ones, yeah, I get that.
I get that.
I get that totally. That's what like Naruto is, or like One Piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just so many episodes, a lot of filler.
Oh, we got
Bleach.
9,000 more to catch up.
That's like Bleach. Just I couldn't watch that shit. I don't know. I've watched a lot of anime in my life, but there's so many that people have recommended. Like, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it.
Mhm.
Not another
I
one.
agree, dude.
I can't invest that much time into another
I agree.
show. I
Because
got
they're
better
so
things
passionate
to
about
do.
it. I talked to my friend about it one day when I was younger, and I was like, "Man, I just don't like it." He's like, "Well, why don't you like it, man?" And I was explaining to him like, it's just like it's too childish for me. Like the way that they're acting like a Power Ranger set. They're like, "Oh yeah, oh my god!" It's like this is not really appealing to me. And he was like,
Mhm.
"That is why I like it." And it kind of opened my mind, shifted my perspective. I'm like, "Oh, that's why people like this thing. It's because they can get their like childlike adventure and storylines and stuff like this. The guy gets the girl and all this stuff. They can carry that with them into their adulthood. To me, that's not something that I had to bring to my adult. Like I embrace being an adult like for what it is, and I keep my childhood in like the forms of like this nostalgic snacks I eat or like watching certain. I do watch certain shows, but they're just not anime. And I also like music and stuff like that. So that's how I get my childhood like laughing joyously and stuff like that.
There was
But I
one
don't need to
that got
anime.
me into anime. One show that really got me into it, and it was Full Metal Alchemist. It was
Mhm.
like the episode that like explained their backstory, and I was like, "Holy shit, that was emotional! I got to watch this whole series."
Yeah, I have comfort
Uh,
shows, but none of them are animes. Like Bob's Burgers, I love a lot. It's one of my comfort shows.
Mike Barball
I
says
like
the kid in the striped pajamas. That's I think, yeah, that's one of them.
I like the ones like that they've done new ones like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and then they made the movies, and the movies were good, but they weren't anime. They weren't cartoons. They were actual like movies. And then
Hmm.
Transformers. Like I used to play with them cars, and stuff when I was a kid and watched the
Uh-huh.
show cartoons. But now the Transformer movies, those are pretty cool.
Yeah,
And they're
Imagine if they had that when we were younger.
adults, but the people that watched it when we were young, But to
Hmm.
watch Inspector Gadget cartoons now, I'd rather watch the Inspector Gadget movie.
mm,
Just that's just me.
yeah. Matthew
I
Broderick
agree.
did a good job.
Yeah,
It's the same argument I try to make from people who always say the book is better. I'm like, the book can't be better to people who like they're creating a visual of a story. As long as they're actually following the story, the movie's always going to be better than the book because you're not seeing imagery in yeah, you're seeing it in your head, but what they're creating on screen is going to look better. Like maybe 20 years ago you could say that, but today with CGI, whatever they're going to
Mister
create on screen is going to be way more better than in your head.
Mr. Phillips
No doubt.
says, "I got into Cowboy Bebop back in high school. Good one, good one.
Nerds.
There, that's a really good one. There's a
That's
mushroom
crazy.
episode. It's a really, really good one. And there's like a whole song. It's called Mushroom Hunting. Came from Cowboy
Uh-huh.
Bebop. But there's a good, like, I don't know. It's just a great series. Good music. Um, Cowboy Bebop's a good one. Really, really good. Good, like, emotional, heartfelt series. The movie wasn't so great, but the intro song to the movie, amazing. Ask DNA is the name of the song from the Cowboy Bebop movie. I know it so well because it's such a good song. Ask DNA. But speaking of anime, there was one on Netflix that I happened to tune in on one time, and I was like, "This just I'm looking for something to watch. Let's watch this." And it's just sound. It looked stupid, but I watched it anyway, and I was like, "This is really freaking good. This is so good. I can't wait for the next season." It was called Delicious in Dungeon. It's it's actually very, very much Dungeons and Dragons, Delicious in Dungeon D&D. but it's all about like eating monsters so they don't have to leave the dungeon. And different ways they can cook the monsters in culinary ways and stuff. But like the story is what got me. It's not just that he's eating things, but it's like that's just like okay, they needed a theme, they needed a concept, but it's the story. It's very very Dungeons and Dragons, and I love D&D. I grew up playing it. I'm that kind of nerd. What can I say? But it was a good.
Yeah,
show.
my dad. I love movie night. That's why we do it every Monday here, because we try to do it like a community thing. If you guys want to join it, it's $5 a month perk. It comes with a couple extra things. It's not just the Discord stuff, but it also comes with the Minecraft server access as well too. But yeah, if you guys want to support the channel, do the $5 a month. It helps pay for shipping for giveaways and stuff like that. And then you can come watch a movie every Monday. Like tonight, we're doing that movie that Nerdy just recommended, and sometimes we do like it'll be like a mushroom documentary. Recently, we watched a documentary on YouTube that had to do with chocolate and stuff like that. It's pretty cool stuff. So
We watched
you guys
great
want to be
stuff.
part of that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just one of the perks, and it's only $5 a month. Less than your Starbucks, and it's just to
100%.
help us keep going
Helps
and
us
keep
out.
giving more to the community.
Definitely. And thank you for people that do support. We appreciate your support so much.
So much.
Absolutely, thank you.
We'll see you over there in like we usually start about 8:30 or so. So we'll finish this thing up here in a couple minutes, and then we'll meet you guys over there about 8:30 if you guys want to join us.
Yeah. So may as well wrap it up now and
Cool.
take a little break. Use the
Sweet,
restroom
that's
if you
perfect.
gotta.
Get some snacks, whatever.
Get
Right.
some snacks. Get your popcorn popped.
Cool.
All right, I'll see you guys over there, and I
Like
love
to
you
have
all.
Derek. Bye, everyone. Please have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow for Bible studies, 9 p.m. with Derek. Bye, everyone.
If you're feeling up to it.
Good night.